What if the person everyone ignored held the key to changing your destiny forever? What if the girl no one listened to, the one who couldn't even speak, ended up turning the campus loser into the most celebrated college star? Stick around till the end of this life-changing story, because it's going to surprise you with twists you never saw coming. And before we begin, make sure you hit that subscribe button to my channel Scape for more jaw-dropping stories that inspire, break hearts, and heal souls, because you won't want to miss what comes next. Now let's dive in. Ethan was the guy everyone in college knew, but for all the wrong reasons. The one tripping over himself in basketball practice. The one getting rejected publicly by girls he worked up the courage to ask out. The one laughed at for being skinny, awkward, and never standing up for himself. And because of that, people called him the loser of campus, a nickname that followed him everywhere, staining his confidence like ink on white clothes. He'd eat alone in the cafeteria, pretend to scroll through his phone while students around him took selfies, laughed with friends, and lived in a world he felt shut out from. But then there was Lily, the girl no one really noticed, partly because she never spoke. She was mute since birth, and partly because people rarely gave her a chance, assuming silence meant weakness, though in truth, Lily was sharper, more creative, and more observant than anyone else around, always sketching in her notebook, watching people with eyes that seemed to read their souls, but nobody cared enough to know her, except Ethan once noticed her sitting under a tree sketching during a lonely lunch break, and for some reason, he sat near her, not speaking at first, just quietly sharing the shade, and for the first time in months, he felt like someone didn't judge him. Lily wrote something on her notepad, "You're not invisible. They just don't see properly," and Ethan froze, because it was the first time anyone had acknowledged his pain with such raw honesty, and that moment sparked a friendship that slowly transformed into something extraordinary, as Lily, through her notes, taught Ethan how to stand tall, how to carry himself with pride, how to silence the cruel laughter with resilience, and more importantly, she revealed his hidden talent, music. Ethan had always hummed tunes when he was alone, tapping rhythms on tables, but he never believed it mattered until Lily secretly recorded his humming one day and layered it with guitar chords she played herself, then showed him the recording, leaving him stunned by how good it sounded, like something that could actually belong on the radio. She urged him with gestures, smiles, and fierce determination to take his music seriously, and though at first, Ethan doubted himself, Lily pushed him relentlessly, making him perform small pieces in front of her, then encouraging him to sign up for the college talent show, which he was terrified to do, fearing more humiliation, but Lily promised she'd be right there in the front row cheering silently with her heart. On the night of the show, Ethan's hands shook so badly he almost backed out, but when he looked into the crowd and saw Lily, smiling with those eyes that carried the strength of 10,000 words, he gathered courage and sang his heart out, pouring all his pain, rejection, and loneliness into the lyrics he wrote with her help, and to his shock, the audience went silent, then erupted in applause, some even with tears, because they had never seen that side of him before. Overnight, Ethan went from loser to college star. Students who mocked him now praised him, clubs invited him to perform, girls who once rejected him suddenly wanted to be seen with him, and yet, through all the sudden attention, Ethan never forgot who believed in him first, the silent girl who spoke to his soul without words. But then came the twist. As Ethan's fame grew, he got approached by a big music producer who promised him exposure beyond college, but hinted that he should change his image and distance himself from distractions, like Lily, subtly calling her a charity case holding him back, and Ethan, caught between ambition and loyalty, made the worst mistake of his life. He hesitated to defend her. Lily, noticing the shift, quietly withdrew, smiling at him like she always did, but this time with sadness in her eyes, and Ethan, blinded by new opportunities, didn't chase after her. For weeks he performed, gaining more popularity, but every cheer felt hollow, every spotlight cold, because Lily's absence left a hole in his world. The people who praised him only saw the star, not the boy behind it, and he realized the only one who truly saw him was gone. Then one night, scrolling through his messages, Ethan found an old note from Lily. "Even if the world shouts your name, remember it was your voice that healed me too," and it hit him like thunder. He wasn't the only one Lily had been saving, she too had been finding light in him. Overcome with guilt and love, Ethan ditched a major performance, rushing across campus in the rain until he found her where it all began, under that same tree, sketching alone, her notebook drenched but her resolve unbroken. Without hesitation, he knelt, drenched, and sang, not to the crowd this time, but to her, confessing that she wasn't his distraction but his muse, the one who gave him courage, the one who made him a star. Lily's eyes filled with tears as she wrote one final message, "Then never sing without me," and Ethan promised he never would. From that day forward, they became an unbreakable duo, him the voice, her the music behind it, a pair who taught the world that silence can speak louder than words and that true love isn't about who talks the most, but who listens the deepest. And though people always remembered Ethan as the college star, he knew the truth. The real star was the mute girl who gave him his voice.